What is up, everybody? We are live here today in Independence in normal fashion. Gary has to interrupt the introduction. And he's here, so I could actually hit him if I wanted to, but
What do you want?
I'm going to refrain today. Sam's got his microphone down going through some stuff. We are here at the Great Lakes Collectors Convention today. Our Greeny Sports Cars. If you guys are anywhere near, come out here. It's Independence. It is 2 giant gymnasiums, and the other one's like 4 gyms combined in one. Dude, it's huge. If you're a sports car collector or collector of anything for that matter, if you need cars graded, anything at all, come out here. It's going to be a great time. There's a lot of big faces, big names here.
A lot of celebrities. You know, we got the Here We Go Brownies guys right next to us. We've seen Kenny Rhoda, the road man driving in the road van, was just by us. Amber Phillips. We've seen Nick Wilson.
We got Andrew McDonald from Lorraine Leviathan.
We got Lorraine Leviathan. Ryan Ruiz from the Cleveland Crunch.
Everybody's here.
Fenders Daryl Ryder's here.
Everybody is here. We are trying some new wireless stuff today, so if you guys can comment, make sure you can hear us. Hear us good? You hear us good?
Hi. What's going on?
I mean, I can hear it's good. I can hear you. So
right.
I'm going through some things over here, man. Just
you
be
know,
patient with.
we're sitting here April, and you know it's the Browns season. It's over, but just in Browns fashion, the drama's never over.
There's always Browns news.
There's always Browns news. So we're sitting here as of April 11th. We have voluntary minicamp, and there's some guys missing. We're just gonna get right into it.
The Myles Garrett missing thing. He's been doing it for years, guys. The guy gets $40 million a year. There's a rumor going around also that he's going to be fined or lose $1 million on his workout contract. Which, I mean, if you were making $40 million a year, would you really care about showing up to camp?
Well, like you said, Mike, he's done it before. I mean, they're acting like it's new. All right. So a lot of things is, well, his leadership should be there. With me, I've never been bothered by it. But the one thing I kind of think about now, that it being different than years in the past, that he has not made it to voluntary training camp, okay? Express the word voluntary, is meeting, getting with your new staff, your new head coach. I think that would be something that you would probably want to step in the door and check on, and see how everybody's doing, even if you're not there long,
Especially new defensive coordinator.
Yeah. You figure you want, so I hate to stir the pot, but I'm going to do it. Maybe is there any animosity the way things worked out with Schwartz, and maybe he's still got a little bit of a bad taste in his mouth,
Well, I think you could maybe say that if it wasn't a situation where, like you said, he does this every year, just about.
Right.
I would be more concerned if the guy that wasn't showing up was the quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, though, lives in Cleveland now. I mean, he has been in Berea all winter. That's really the guy you got to worry about. Being in there for minicamp.
And you know what I will say, some of my unpopular opinion about Deshaun Watson or Dylan Gabriel, I think you'd want all 3 of your quarterbacks that are on your roster right now to be there, and meeting everybody. So they finally are. But Litteris talks like, where's Gabriel? Oh, he's over in Hawaii. He's doing his Guardian Gangs thing. But he was, that's where he lives at, ladies and gentlemen. So he was enjoying some of his time off, so, but they're all there now. They're all been there. So.
I mean, of all the guys, really, honestly, it's like Dylan Gabriel is really the guy that honestly doesn't. I mean, if he did show up,
well, my thing, no,
he's not going to be on that. He's not going to be on the roster. Game 1.
Well, we can debate. I mean, we don't know how it's going to go.
No, they're called voluntary for a reason. Obviously, you don't have to show up, and I believe Angel and I were talking about it, and Sam actually, that in his contract, he's got to show up for so many workouts or so many hours of workouts per season. So he's probably using his time right now, his time off. That's the only thing I can think of. Obviously, the guy is soundly fit. That's never gonna change. The dude is a monster. He's one of the best players in the NFL. We know this. But since 2018, this dude has been a dominant player in the NFL, and they're called voluntary workouts. If you don't want to show up to a voluntary workout, then don't. It's simple. If I can understand if you're a poor player and you're trying to get everything in shape yourself and your game, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. an already a Hall of Famer.
But I think that's the issue here is that even though they're voluntary because of the CBA, right? But these things used to not be voluntary. You need these guys in really as much as you can. You want these guys coming in there to be with the coaches. You want them getting as much reps as they can. They're not going to be hitting hard like they used to in these camps, but they're doing non-contact drills, going through learning the different systems. These guys need this extra time.
Yeah, and I think that is the biggest thing because obviously, with Todd Monken coming in, you're going to see a lot of change overall, offensively and defensively with defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, new head coach. It's going to be a new scheme. And that's the reason I would kind of like Myles Garrett there, obviously to be able to mesh with this team. That's where I kind of get mixed up with everybody else in the same sense where Myles Garrett is supposed to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that point. Myles Garrett is a leader, he's a defensive leader, and he's a overall team leader as well, right?
I mean, I'm just ready to argue either point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's really where it's at. I honestly, if he's there, if he's not there, I understand both points. You want him to be a leader. And that's why I think that's why I'm ready to argue either side is that you want him to be a leader. You want him to be as prepared as possible. And you want him to set the example for everybody else. If you got the guy who is the best player on the team, who's making the most money, if he's the one that's there for voluntary workouts, if he's the first one and the first one there and the last one to leave, then you have no problem asking for extra effort from other guys, right? That's really what you want out of Myles Garrett. That's the conversation here. If Myles Garrett isn't going to be that guy for you, it's not that you can't ask for extra effort, but you can't look at him to be that guy as that example, right? And you want, when you're paying that kind of money to this guy, and he's he's a career Brown, he's a franchise Brown, you want to be able to use him as that example.
Well,
and so
he's always been questioned. I mean, I remember it being a question.
His motor.
All before training camp and like the pre-training camps that we're having now. Or the thing is, it's always been a question. And there was his leadership up to that point. I'm not talking about in season. I'm talking about before season starts has always been kind of a question. So now he's not here again. I particularly ain't too worried about it, but I understand where you're coming from, Gary, especially with like Schlesinger, Mason Graham, these guys coming into their sophomore year. They probably want to see how all this works. I mean, they were fresh new last year. You probably would like somebody like Myles to come in and just say, hey, man, hey, Carson, how you doing? What's going on? Ready to get another season going? I get that. But it's no sense to hit the panic button with Myles. And he needs to be there 83% of the workouts to get that bonus. So what percentage he's already not had until that point, I don't know what it is, but I think he's going to be there enough to get that bonus.
Well, if they're voluntary, then does that count against the 83%?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I don't think this is that. I think these are considered for team workouts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll look more into that and we'll talk about that Tuesday. But
where I always go with it, as long as Myles is there and when it's time to really be there and do the work and grind, you already know he does. He doesn't stop all year. He's working out all year. He's got last year he had Micah and then they were Ralph Holly was with them. They all went to they were down in Texas. They were working out with Myles. So it's a continued thing. He keeps himself in shape. And if he's ready to go like he always is every year, that's the biggest hope that you can have.
So you and that dude just had an eye connection. Like I saw that happen.
I got that face.
Weird.
What do you think about the reports that Deshaun Watson has been practicing with the wide receivers this offseason? So it wasn't receivers aren't practicing up here with Sanders, they're practicing with Watson.
They were
they?
Sanders did do some workouts with he did do workouts with Jerry Jeudy. This was before Deshaun.
Okay.
He was doing workouts with Jerry Jeudy, and I want to say, I think it was Isaiah Bond.
Okay.
So they were already doing that, and like a week later, it came out Deshaun was with them guys too. So that's good. That's what you want.
For sure.
Quarterback and wide receiver got to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And with Watson, he's coming off that Achilles. I know that he needs to get moving, so he's already doing that and getting back with the rapport with his receivers. So
That's what I like to see. We've all talked about it. Obviously, we are unknown in the quarterback situation right now. So, with that being said, not knowing what quarterback is going to be there, we all agreed on best man forward, whoever that may be. If it's Deshaun Watson, it could be Shedeur Sanders, it could be Dylan Gabriel. They're all still on the team, right? So
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I know we're going to be talking about the draft here, talking about like different draft prospects, and we've been looking at a lot of our listeners mock drafts and things like that. And we've been, everybody's been saying like we've got to take a wide receiver, right? Is it best available versus lineman, wide receiver, those sorts of things. And there's a name out there because when you said Isaiah Bond, it kind of sparked another name out there. There's a guy out there who is damaged at this moment. But dude, if he's healthy, he really could be a game breaker for him. Do you have any interest in maybe Tyreek Hill in a Browns uniform?
I do not want to pay that man's child support. No.
But I mean, with his injuries, right? You know that you're not going to be paying him top dollar, right? Because if you were, he would be on a team already.
Right.
So
I think he would be the only plus.
He's going to sign after the draft.
Well, the only plus of that, I think, with Tyreek being there would be his veteran presence, because coming off an injury like he came off, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what kind of dollar amount he's going to want. I'm sure he's going to want top dollar.
Wait, he's not going to get it.
I know.
Cap space is
some teams
is shrinking right now.
I get that, but some teams got that money. The Browns, I don't think, have Tyreek Hill money right now.
No, nobody has that money now.
And I don't think that they should be considering that right now.
I mean, big money's been spent for the most part. You know what I mean? The big ticket items are off the free agent market. So he's going to be taking a prove it deal, because nobody thinks he's 31 years old,
right?
Something like that. Everyone's thinking that he's, it's going to be hard to come back from, especially when you got a guy like Isaiah Bond that you probably want to use like Tyreek Hill, right? So is Tyreek Hill worth a minimal investment if you can get him to come in and kind of show Isaiah Bond how to do what you want him to do?
I wouldn't. I think that, we could say we want Jerry Jeudy as your veteran presence in there. Tillman is your veteran presence in there. It depends what we do in this draft. So if we go ahead and get a couple wide receivers, we get one early, and then we get another one later in the rounds, those young guys will be able to learn off of those receivers. Okay. Now, coming off being injured again, there's a lot for him to prove this year too. So, and with that being said, it all depends on the draft here. It depends what we get. If we go one wide receiver, two wide receivers, but we'll see. I mean, that's the next big thing coming up, and I wish it was already like this week, because I'm
ready for this draft.
I'm like over it already. It's like,
we are.
Come on.
We've got enough mock drafts already. We're not even putting any up today. We're not.
And I think this draft could be really interesting too, because I've been reading some stuff, and now I'm kind of considering the idea of the Raiders maybe even trading out of that first pick for a team that wants somebody
Mendoza?
else. No, that doesn't want Mendoza, but that maybe wants somebody else, because they know that that the Raiders want Mendoza. So the Raiders could probably trade down to 2 or 3 and still get Mendoza.
I don't know, that's a bold move. I mean, we did it last year, obviously, and picked up Mason Graham, but
which, by the way, did you see what's going on with the guy? What's his name? We traded out of 5-4 that Jacksonville picked up.
Hang on. Receiver and cornerback.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
yes.
He's a cornerback now.
Right. Yeah, they did say that.
He's a cornerback now.
We talked about that numerous times on the show. Yeah, coming into the NFL, you were not going to be able to play 2 positions.
You can't do it.
Especially with the way the NFL is compared to college. Dude, I don't care how young you are. You're getting older every single day. So enough of that. There's no way it was going to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, the Browns, I think.
So that worked out for the Browns.
Oh, it worked out big time for the Browns. I think the Browns look really smart there now.
There's another check that Andrew Berry can. I mean, they can. If he hits, I made a joke the other day in some comments on Facebook on the Bear to Browns page.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Berry hits one more. It's hard to do. He had a good draft last year. You got to give it up to him.
He needs a couple more to do what you're going to say.
If he does another good draft this year, and he can come close to that, they're going to put a monument of him out in front of the new Dome Stadium, because now he'll be on a pedestal.
He needs a couple more, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm being
least
facetious.
Make it to the playoffs. I'm cool with that. I am also cool with, again, whatever quarterback is the guy. I am interested in to see how this year is going to play out, guys. That's my biggest thing. Chad gets mad at me and calls me a typical Browns fan because I'm hyping it up. I feel that this season could be different. Obviously, you're going to see so many different changes, so many different players. There's no more David Njoku like that. That hasn't been talked about hardly as much. And
I can't wait. I will talk about that all day, every day. I'm so happy that there's no David Njoku.
Not for sure.
Not only am I happy that
That's not for sure. He's still not signed anywhere.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'll take him back at a league minimum contract.
I don't think he'll take league minimum. I definitely do not think he will.
Well,
take
it doesn't sound like anybody's right now banging on his door.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
he might.
I predicted at the beginning of the free agency, and you guys kind of scoffed at it, that nobody was going to be banging on his door, and that he might not even play next year.
I would think he'll play somewhere.
If he's going to take
It
a
just
league,
depends.
if he takes a really small contract.
Yeah.
Because what were we paying him? 12 or 13 million a year?
He was one of the top when he took that contract. He was the top paid tight end. We paid number one tight end money to a guy who couldn't catch a football.
Oh, he can catch a ball.
No,
but
he
just
can't.
the contested ones. He couldn't catch the ones right at the numbers.
That means you can't.
Simple.
That's catching a football. That means you can't catch it. If you can't catch it, we're expected to catch it. That's not being able to catch it.
Well, my thing with David is he's seen what was going on with Harold Fanning Jr. coming in, and I don't think that he wanted to play second. I don't think he wants to play second fiddle. I think he kind of seen himself.
Well, he
Gonna
is second
be-
fiddle.
Well, with the addition of Harold Fanning, I think he finally started seeing
You
himself.
still had a G
not
at the end
going
of
to
his
be at
name?
that start. What?
You still had a G at the end of his name?
Fanning.
He's. I mean, really,
Sam's gonna punch me.
Njoku is. Really kind of third. The problem with Njoku is that if you look at him in like basketball, right? He's a guy. He is Ben Simmons, right? He's a guy that has the body and all the tools that he should be an all-star, right? But he can't shoot. Like, that's the thing that you need to be a tall guard in the NBA. Well, in the NFL, if you're going to be a big catching tight end, the thing you have to be able to do is catch. And
That's the name of the game.
that's the name of the game, and he
You're
couldn't.
going to catch these
And-
hands if you keep talking about David Njoku.
Well, you know
like
what?
that.
David Njoku wouldn't be getting all this smoke if he wouldn't have, tried to get a trade out of here. When he pulled that BS in the middle when the Browns were, I mean, he was the beginning of the downfall of the Browns.
Well, Miles Garrett wanted out of here too, and then they
Last
took the
year.
money.
Yeah, but
So-
you know what though, man? I get why he did. But Njoku was the beginning of all of that. Before Odell Beckham, before all of that stuff went down, he was the beginning of all of that stuff. And and then you come back and we give you all that money. Fine. You get number one money. Now play like a number one. You didn't even play like a number two.
Well, yeah, I'll agree with that. He had his spectacular moments, and then he had, like Mike would say, there would be the soft catch in the end. The soft catch between the numbers that he would drop. With the contested stuff he'd come down with. So he's had his ups and downs.
But you have
But I'm going back to with Harold Fanning coming here. He's seen that that's going to be your starter. I'm going to say it now. Harold Fanning is going to be your starter. Starting tight end. Now, we need other tight ends here to help, with chip blocking and things of that sort. And we're going to have that. We're going to be fine. We signed Blake Whitehart. We're going to have that. It's going to be deep. I just think that David Njoku, seeing him kind of falling in the roster, and then he wants to go somewhere else. Like you said, he probably wants that top money, but he ain't playing top 5 tight end football. I get it.
he had top 5 potential, but he never lived up to that
He
potential.
was making top 5 money, that's for sure.
And he had development when he came here too, because it was his blocking, and they worked with him on that, and he did get better at that.
He was a good
So
blocker
for
at the end of
another
it.
team for another team that might need him, sure, he'll go somewhere, but not that type of money that he thinks that.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. He thinks he's a pass catching tight end, and when we drafted him, we drafted him as a project in the end of the first round. He was up, you know what I mean? And it was because of his raw athleticism, and he was going to be this pass catching tight end. The problem is that the raw talent was the pass catching,
Right.
and he never developed it.
Right.
You know, and it's fine. As a human being, he's probably a great guy. You know, this isn't a personal attack on him as a man, but as a football player, you know, if he wants to come back in a minimum salary and be the guy that's doing the blocking, the body blocking, that's fine. I love that.
Well, the way things are going for him, like you said, I could see that being a real. If he doesn't get to go nowhere and he comes back knocking here,
Especially after you said goodbye.
yeah, it's going to be a low game.
Well, you remember,
You know?
he had the interview where he said, "This is my city. I'm not leaving Cleveland." And then what was it? 2-3 months later, boom, you're leaving Cleveland.
And he says goodbye.
And then says goodbye. Yes. Obviously, there was a big fan base for him here. He showed up. He showed up at times when we needed him. He did. I'm not going to bash a guy. Like you said, I'm not going to bash a guy. But we do have to move on. We also talked about, you know, Harold Fannin being here, Blake Whiteheart. You're going to see 2 and 3 tight end sets on the offensive line,
It's a monkey
which is
like
going to
that.
be great. You're going to see chip blocks. You're going to see a tight end getting out there and getting open quickly because defenses are going to be unaware of the situation. There's going to be a lot of change.
Listen, this city loves football players and crop tops. So all you really need to do is Harold Fannin. You start wearing crop tops to practice, you will get all of Njoku's fans, and we will forget that he was even ever here. And that's what you need, Harold Fannin. We just need some crop tops.
Well, here's another thing too, man. I mean, we got the tight end depth, I think, that we need, but there's not opposed there down the line in this draft. They might not pick another tight end. I mean, it's possible too. I don't think, you know, if the Cleveland is thinking another tight end because now David's gone and you have Harold Fannin.
But where do you go after tight end in the draft if you're going to draft a tight end, or are you going to go
Depends,
for?
it depends
they're
how
looking at
much you
Kenyon.
need one.
I mean, they're looking at Kenyon Sadiq, right? Didn't he come in for a visit?
Well,
Or
yeah,
they rumored?
Sadiq came in, but he's going to go high. In my personal opinion, with this draft, we got other shoes to fill. We all know offensive line. We all know we need a stud wide receiver here. You know, then there's your opposite opposing fences at 6. If you stay at 6 and you don't trade down,
Mhm.
you go for that best player available. So there's a lot of different things.
So we got you at best player available right now. Where are you at, Mike? Are you best player available or you need at 6?
I'm this whole draft. I am all for needs over wants for me.
I'm not best player available.
I am not definitely.
You're
definitely
not best player available?
No, I want to fix the line, and I want to get a stud receiver.
And I'll tell you why, because we've talked about it again numerous times on the show, where offensive line is where the play starts. Make this make sense. You need guys that can block your quarterback. You need guys that can let the play develop. And that's when it gives your quarterback time. I get it. 3 seconds to hold on to the ball is a long time. But let a play develop where you don't have to scramble. Your quarterback can stay in the pocket because of your offensive line. So wide receivers can get open and you can make a play happen, whether that be downfield or not.
So one of the biggest examples of where the Browns went need versus best player available was when we drafted William Green over Ed Reed.
Willie Green.
So that's like a big example that's, you know, that people will cite. So going back,
That's
so
all
go,
fine.
but
There's
going
busts.
back,
People bust all the time.
going back, would you rather the Browns had drafted Ed Reed or William Green?
That's totally different.
It's not different. You have a high draft pick, right? You have a position of need, which you've had for quite a bit, and you have on offense, right? Wide receiver this time instead of running back, and on the other end you have best player available defense, which is a couple defensive players there that look like they could be something.
But it's clearly the unknown. These guys are coming out of college. It's a whole different skill set. It's a whole different speed of game.
But it's not unknown. They're
It is
scout.
unknown.
I mean, it is a little bit, but if it's all just unknown, then it's a crapshoot. And why do you scout?
It's a crapshoot every time.
But it's
People
not.
there's plenty of teams that have
How many
drafted in the first round and been
picks?
busts.
Plus,
Well, then what? Then if it's just a crapshoot, then why do they do any scouting? You can't.
You
It's
go
not
on-
just. It's
going
not
on
just.
limb.
It's not just a crapshoot. It's an educated guess,
right.
right? So what I'm saying is that like, there are examples of when teams go. It seems that there are a lot of examples that when teams go need over best player, they end up overdrafting somebody, and it doesn't work out.
And there's a possibility of going after best player available as well. Is my point. You can go after you can go get Carnell Tate at 6, which everybody is agreeing on. We all like Carnell Tate. We need a wide receiver. But after that, you can get another wide receiver. It's possible. But why not get a left guard? I mean, you need
A left guard. You're gonna take a left guard at 6?
No, I said get Carnell Tate, take a left guard at 24 or 28.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
24,
Yeah. I'm a little off right now. But anyways, take a left guard. That's your quarterback's blind side. Unless you have Dylan Gabriel and he's left-handed, so then you got to focus on a right guard.
Yeah.
I am definitely needs over wants. I know Angel is best player available. I think Chad is best player available.
You hear that, Angel? I'm best player available too. So this is like the one time I think you and I are on the same page.
I think if you want to be,
I think Angel and I, you and I are gonna be friends by the end of all of this.
I think if you want to be
You're
competitive,
gonna like me at the end of all of this,
I
Angel.
think if you want to be
I hate it now,
competitive,
so
Mike hates me, so you're gonna love me at the end of all of this. I love you, Angel.
if you want to be competitive, you don't go out and at 6 and go ahead and take best player available defense. Your offense needs help. We need an offense here. It'd have been nice to have an offense that was half as good as the defense was last year.
we seriously got
help
Nick
complement.
Wilson and Darryl Ryder standing right next to us. We should just have them come on and see what they want to say.
Yeah, right. We got to fix the offensive line because I don't care who's back there at quarterback. Watson wins the job. Should have wins the job. They bring somebody in. It doesn't matter because if you got the same results of the line last year where they had struggled some, why is it going to be any different? It's not. You got to fix the line. You got to fix the line.
Yeah.
Now, do you do it at 6? I wouldn't say so. I think there's a lot of depth in the draft and I'm more prone for a left tackle. We need a left tackle, a true left tackle. You know, Caden Proctor comes to mind for me
He's
because
a true
DeJuan
left tackle.
Jones. Now let me pick that. Now these guys are both like 6'5", 350 pounders. Imagine them guys at bookends over there,
Yeah.
man, for your offensive line.
Yeah.
And, you know, even on some, you could probably bump one of them in on guard sometimes for different schemes.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to fix that, man. It's a big thing we need to fix, man. How you doing?
Yeah,
We're just coming along, hanging out with guys, and we got the Here We Go Brownies next to us. And, what's up, Dustin? How you doing?
but I
You
mean,
going live here in a little bit?
Fix
Dustin?
the line. Fix the line. Get a receiver. I would say get a receiver. Best receiver available. If Tate's not there, did anybody think about that? Everybody says, "Oh, we're going to get Tate." Okay, well, what if the Giants at 5 to say, I'm just using an example. Don't have to hang me from no cross. What if the Giants say, you know what? We need to get a weapon. We would love to have Carnell Tate next to Malik Neighbors. Possibility. Nobody knows. So then you got to think who's next. Who's next on that list if you're looking for a top receiver? But I do believe we need a receiver here. I personally at 6 would go receiver. I would go a big bodied guy. I don't think that we need another body type slot guy here. As great as Makai Lemon is, as great as Concepcion is, I just think that they're for that first slot, we need a 6'4", 6'5", 200 pounds.
I got it. Trade Miles Garrett for Jackson Smith and
Oh, here we
Jigba
go.
and 2 first rounders. Let's go.
No.
There's your wide receiver, right?
Denzel Now, see, now I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one here. I've been screaming Denzel Boston,
Andrew
man.
McDonald just said, yeah, that's
I'll take
awesome
that.
too. So
I'll take that
I mean,
all
so-
day long.
I'm really kind of interested to see if we can work Miles Garrett into some like cross league trades as well. Like, can we get enough for Miles Garrett to help out the Guardians and the Cavs too?
isn't he part owner of the Cavs?
Yes.
He is, you
Small
know.
percentage. No, there's no Miles Garrett going nowhere.
No, that was a
Knock
joke.
it off. Knock it off. This topic, right? Call it. It's opinionated topics. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, and we have ours for sure. So, I don't know. I'll go with you, Gary. Like, because you're best player available. So, if you was to take best player available, are you looking?
He took
Because
his glasses off, man.
there's going to be best player available defense. There's going to be best player available offense. Where would you go?
I mean,
like,
it depends on what.
if Downs is there. So
If it's Downs or Tate, I'm probably going Downs, and then
Okay,
seeing
so-
what I can get for Delpit on the market,
okay.
and then use Delpit to improve my offense.
That is smart, logistically speaking. But man, where would you go with 24?
Then you see what's at 24. I mean, you don't know what's going to be there. I think what's dangerous about this draft with there not being, it's
Because you need needs.
well, not
You
even
have
it's
needs.
not even about the needs. It's about what's available in the draft, and I think that there's going to be a lot of movement in this draft. So I think by the time you get to 24, your draft board is not going to look anything like I think it's going to look like.
I mean, there is a big rumor going around about the Dallas trade or us switching from 6 to 12 and I forget the other one, 24 to 20. So we would move down, obviously 6 spots, but move up 4 spots. Would you do that?
No,
I agree. I wouldn't do it. Would you, Sam?
I mean, what else are
No.
we getting?
No, and I said last year too. It ended up working out for us. Andrew, Barry, and the staff over there trading down ended up working out for us last year. But last year I was big on let's just go at our number. Let's just go where we're at and let's get what we need. But that proved to be more beneficial that we traded down last year. We ended up getting Mason Graham worked in there.
I really didn't think we were going defensive line last year for our first pick
That's-
either. I did
I
not.
hit you with them. I say
Yeah.
every time, man, when you think you think like the Browns. I always say when you think they're zigging, they're gonna zag on you. So no, I don't want to trade back this year. I think if you got the needs, if you're going for needs, go get them and get them right away and go get it. If they say, all right, we left tackle, let's get them at 6, then do it. If you think wide receiver over a left tackle right now is more important, go get them.
Hey guys, and we're
Okay.
down here at the Greeny Sports Card Show at Independence High School. Man, it is so cool down here. So we're in the gymnasium right now with a lot of the different media here, but over on the other side, there's another huge gymnasium with, man, if you ever had a collectible that you thought that you would want, especially if it's Cleveland based,
I have a Tim Couch bobblehead.
yeah,
that was stated below him.
it is there, man.
It's there.
There's a lot of Cleveland media legends
awesome,
here. We
Couch.
got Nick Wilson is over next to us
There's a
talking with him.
Steelers
Go
fan
Browns.
walking in.
There's a Steelers.
You know what?
Now
Angel,
there's the
I
Steelers
heard
fan.
you say you were gonna colors for the kit was gonna be black and yellow, and I booed that.
Yes,
I was like, please, you can't do that.
I learned my lesson.
Yes, all right. So he learned no black and yellow.
All in fun. All
He
in
is
fun, brother. All in
the
fun.
Lorraine Leviathan, for people that don't know, like, Mike's talking off camera. And then down there's also a booth for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there is a whole booth for you Cleveland fans to come down here and boo.
We were walking past to go into the other part, and Gary booed the guy. Literally, the guy gave Gary a death stare. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did. I'm going to boo him again. Every time I walk by, I'm going to boo this guy.
It has that effect on everybody.
Yeah.
Gary's gonna crop dust him next time.
Oh,
I think you got all
They've been
that
nasty
out earlier.
ones.
We were in
All right.
bathroom together,
So
and we were doing going to the bathroom.
We were clicking
I thought
shoes.
that was you in there, man. I just can't remember what kind of shoes
I
you
thought he
had.
passively aggressively did a courtesy flush because mine was so stinky. I thought I was like, oh, is this guy next to me talking crap because I didn't courtesy flush? I came out and talked to Mike about it.
They were organic, man. It's a part of the nature calls. That's what happens. We're organic.
Well,
here.
I'm used to like having the
X's and
sensors
O's.
that do the courtesy flush for you,
Right.
non-existent.
but they have the sensors on the sinks, so why don't you have them on the toilets?
We digress.
Come on, Independence High School, the Devils.
Oh, are the Devils? I actually just saw the Blue Devils.
They're
not
the Blue
Red
Devils.
But somebody said, yeah, we're not that Miles Garrett trade thing was a joke, especially if the guy next to me here is that not this guy, but the other guy.
Yeah,
Um,
come down here for a moment. It is awesome. If you
quick-
get a chance, come on down here to Independence High School for the Greeny Sports Card Show. Go ahead,
The
Mike.
Great Lakes Collectors Convention and also the Strongsville Collectors Convention. There's 2 of them at once, so it's cool. Get down here. There's a ton of stuff. We actually walked over to the other gym for a minute, or it's not a gym. It's a convention center over there almost. It's huge.
It's part of the high school.
Yes.
Big high school.
But hey, get down here. I mean, we'll say hi. We got some stickers. We got some business cards. Get down here, have some fun. Maybe we'll throw some things at you.
I make fun of Mike because he just throws me in the pot all the time. I got down here and I'm like, Mike, where's all the cars at? Where's the cars? You're like, no, dude, it's a card show. I'm like, oh, that's what you meant. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Looking for hot rods, man.
Typical bandmate stuff. So me and Sam are in a band. He's a guitar player. I'm a drummer. So I always had the most
It
stuff
was
to
a joke.
carry in, right?
I know where I'm at.
I always had
Maybe.
the most stuff to carry in. It's crazy because today I carried everything in myself. Gary was like, "Oh man, my sensor on my toilet didn't work, so I'm gonna be a little late." And then Sam was like, "Dude, I'm a guitar player." I'm like, "Oh, you're the singer today, bro."
Yeah, I came a
You're
little
He
bit.
was the latest.
He was. But
Man, usually I'm the most punctual, but I was late today. Don't have that.
dude, my wife woke me up.
I got up at 5:30 and still late.
Yeah, how do you do that? I woke up at 6 to your text message actually.
Well, I started looking at
And then
stuff,
Gary
and I had
called me
I
at
had
7.
ESPN on.
Yeah, I was actually up. I woke up at 6:30 this morning. I haven't done that in
Gary
so
called
long.
me at 7.
Dangerous Daryl Ryder.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good morning. I got everything in the car. I was gonna put everything in the car last night. And I did not. I decided no, it's gonna get a little cold, and we were trying new things today, so I'm not trying to mess with that. But
Yeah, we tried the wireless thing today. Headphones, and it's kind of nice, man. A lot of less stuff to pull around, right? Sure.
oh yeah, definitely a lot of less stuff to carry for you guys. Quick,
Yeah, I'm out of here in about an hour, so good luck loading all that up too.
I want to hit a quick clips comment. He said Jeremiah Love is the best player. But do you guys realistically think that we have to go after a running back or should go after a running back?
Listen, man. If you're trying to improve the offense and Jeremiah Love is available, I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know that I would be too upset if you grab Jeremiah Love.
I'm going to give you a prime example.
Him and Judkins.
Yeah, all right.
That would be
Okay.
great together, but I don't think that's a need for us right now.
Let me give you a prime example. Quinshon Judkins got robbed on his running game last year because of the offensive line. I think
Yeah,
he did. Your offensive line is also the one that creates holes for your running backs to
Right.
get through.
Sure.
So I think
A-gap,
no
yeah.
matter I think no matter what running back you bring in with this offensive line unable to perform at its what I'm going to say is we are so used to having a great offensive line. We have had a Hall of Fame offensive line for 20 years, right?
Well, we have not had we had a Hall of Famer
Well,
20
we've
years
had a
ago,
great-
15
our offensive
years
line
ago.
has always been top tier. We'll say that. We've always had a great offensive line until probably the last 3 years, right? They started getting older, injuries happen.
Mhm.
But
that's-
think about where those guys get though. Do we get those guys in the top 10 of the draft? We don't. Those
no,
guys are usually later in we get them in second, third round, right?
diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. So, why not take a chance on a guy like that to have a double running back threat like that? Yeah. Remember what we did with Hunt and Chubb, and then we had a guy like Stefanski that had no imagination that didn't really use them correctly.
I don't think you
What if you
draft. I don't think you draft a running
Dylan
back.
Sampson.
I don't think you draft a running back in the beginning of the draft.
We still have Dylan Sampson as well. Don't forget about that guy. We
Yes.
didn't utilize him last year enough, but I think you're going to see more of him this year.
We got to remember we got different schemes coming in, different coach coming in. I personally don't think that Stefanski utilized some guys in the correct way. But I'm not a coach. Kevin's smarter than me. I'm not a coach. But in my eyes, watching what I've seen on the field, I don't think that Dylan Sampson was utilized correctly. After Quinshon went down and got hurt, Rocket Sanders looked really good, Raheem, was it Raheem? Yeah, Raheem Rocket Sanders, number 35, I believe was his number. He showed a lot of signs of life. So you got another good running back there. I just don't think you draft right away. If you want to fix the offense, it starts with the wide receiver, offensive line, or offensive line, wide receiver, higher in the draft. It's just my opinion. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. Who
And
do
Sam
you
is
want?
done talking
Who do
for
you
today.
want? Well, my thing is, who do you want, though? There's all different kinds of pieces on the line. But we did get some guys in here in free agency. And what I like about some of these guys here, they can move around. Elton Jenkins can move around. Elton Jenkins is a chess piece on offensive line. Elton Jenkins can play left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle. Us, especially when guys need rotation sometimes. Okay. I'll reiterate again. I think offensive line necessity for us right now is going to be left tackle, without a doubt. And then you move on from there. So, and I've changed my mind too. I'm really liking Proctor. I'm a Proctor guy now.
If Reese is there, are you taking him at 6?
Reese, man.
Well, you already know my answer.
no. Yes, you could use some help in the backfield, dude, but no, I wouldn't.
Wow.
You have way more needs. Our defense is a top 3 defense in the league, and they're going to continue to do that. They're sticking to Jim Schwartz's scheme
Without Jim Schwartz.
without Jim Schwartz. I'm trying to.
So it's not really Jim Schwartz's scheme. It's just a scheme that's similar.
Yeah, that the players know and they adapt to very well. And they all play together well.
So what? So let me ask you this: what has happened to every defense after Jim Schwartz has left?
Gary
So-
Lee is happening.
So after every time Jim Schwartz is every team that Jim Schwartz has ever coached had a top defense after he left. No, because that's not how things work. You don't just somebody doesn't leave and then just because they used to be there, like their mojo is still there, and because they used to be there, and you're trying to do what they did. You know, like that. It's personal relationships, and it's how they make adjustments. And it's how they run practices and those sorts of. That's what makes them them.
No, go ahead, Sam.
The players know. The players that have already been here know. And I wouldn't say it's going to be Schwartz's. Obviously not. We've got new guys here. Okay. But it can be a version of what we did last year. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all football. You know, at the end of the day, they still have the playbooks there.
For
You know,
sure.
So
But
they can go back. They can
it's
go
just
back and read and go, hey, what worked? What didn't work last year?
it's not Schwartz. You know what I mean?
Well, I get it. I
See
get it.
the road band driving in the road band.
I hated to
Being
lose
here.
him, and last year I said that if we got rid of Stefanski, I said I hope we can keep Schwartz. And a lot of the, the other angle was, well, you're not, because if you get rid of the head coach, you're probably going to get rid of the defensive coordinator and special
Yeah.
teams guy. And I was like, just please, can we keep Schwartz? I really
Yeah.
wanted it, but it didn't happen. And after it was said and done, I'm not going to sit here and look at it. It's in the rear view, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Let's get it going. Let's go forward. So.
Thank you guys for all the comments. I wish you guys could be here. Drew, is that Lima or Lima? I wish you could be here as well. She's here joining us from Midvale, Utah. And we appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining us. While we're going to not take a quick break, guys, we do have our Bearded Browns podcast draft party live at PJ McIntyre's on April 23rd at 7 p.m. Get down there. They're located at 17119 Lorraine Road. It's free entry. Great food, man. With me and Angel and Sam went there. Reuben rolls. I know you can't eat stuff like that, Gary, but you might have to that day. You're gonna have to sacrifice.
I am not going to do it.
You're doing it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
You ever been roofied? You
Yeah.
will that night. Oh,
I'm gonna
you
be
have been. I was not expecting yes as an
Yeah.
You can't. That's Gary you're talking to.
I know, right?
Come on.
He's roofied himself. But yeah,
You ever been Ruben?
yeah, you ever been roofied with extra kraut? But yeah,
Another thing at the
It's-
draft party is Doug gonna be there.
I'm gonna get to here to say we got this is all brought to you guys by the West Park Browns backers and PJ McIntyre's Irish Pub. Again, located at 17119 Lorraine Road. And a couple of our sponsors will be there in attendance. The Doug Allstate Insurance Agency will be having a QR code set up on their table. You scan that, ladies and gentlemen, put in your information, send it over to them. They'll give you a free quote and a free drink. You can't go wrong. Free
Can't go wrong
quote.
with that.
And honestly, no BS, guys. This Allstate, Doug White Allstate Insurance Agency saved me $60 a month. So that is huge. 60
Dude,
bucks
that's
a
the
month
price
is
with the price of gas the way it is. At least you can get yourself a free quote and a free drink. They might save you some money on your, on your home insurance
yes.
or all your insurance needs. Actually,
Yeah, I mean, that's 4 gallons of gas.
Yeah. Every bit. Yeah. My math wasn't mathing for a second. I was like, wait, what? But also we will have Cleveland Ketchup there. I am pretty sure Cleveland Ketchup will be there. We'll be throwing bags of chips at people, and I'm sure you'll be able to taste some great ketchup, mustards, mayonnaise. I'm not kidding, guys. You guys check out Cleveland Mustard. Go to Cleveland Ketchup. Go to clevelandketchup.com. Order one of everything. It is great. And use our code BEARDED for 10% off your order. Great condiments. You'll see them at Heinen's and all the Giant Eagle, the big box stores. But make sure you look at Top Shelf because that's exactly where they belong, right on the top shelf. And that's where they'll be at. And then our other sponsor, Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce. I just ordered a bunch of stuff from this guy, dude, and I cannot express how good this stuff is as well. and maybe bearded bass with barbecue sauce and Cleveland ketchup and get together and do some kind of shabam thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Mike.
Be Cleveland sauce.
We get to meet Dan Ebert. And I was talking with him. He goes, fellas, I'm gonna try to get a babysitter. I'm trying to get down there. And the other last week he said, I'm there. I got everything set up. I'll be down there to see you guys. So I'm looking forward to meeting Dan in the flesh. We talk. He comments a lot on our lives, and he's always in our comments. And he's a sponsor, man. I can't wait to actually get with him. And like you said, maybe they can, even like PJs, my visions are always big. So like you said, with him and Cleveland Ketchup, maybe they can do something together. And then maybe they could be a house sauce, something they could come up with for PJs. I mean, how cool would that be?
Oh, there's a Bills fan to boo. Boo, Bills, boo. Boo and the Bills, boo.
You can't talk crap to people. We have one of the worst teams in the league right now. Don't talk crap. They make it to the playoffs, and then Josh Allen turns into garbage.
I tell you what,
Anyways.
people here do not like being booed.
Yeah,
They do not like being booed here,
Hey,
man.
listen.
It's like the fourth person I booed that just did not like
Monday
it.
morning, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna have Sarah let me in.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna boo you as your alarm in the morning and see if you like it.
I mean, that's fine. You can join my wife and boo at me in the morning.
Yeah. Nothing out of the
Every time I
ordinary.
wake up, Sarah goes, boo. Boo. So that's not what I vote for.
We went from talking about bathroom breaks to waking Gary up with booze at the house.
But yeah,
you never know
guys.
what you're going to get here on Bearded Brown Show.
Everybody, make sure you come out to our draft party. It's going to be a great time. I promise you. We're going to talk some more football there. Obviously, we're going to talk about the picks that happen. We're going to have a lot of fan interaction as well. If you guys want to say anything, come up. We got all wireless mics now. So.
Yeah, and if you come out to the sports card show here in Independence, you can join us, and we're going to be giving away some tickets to go see Mortal Kombat 2 coming to theaters May 8th. So come join us at 27 Club Coffee on May the 1st from 6 to 8 for a Mortal Kombat video game machine challenge and match giveaways to celebrate the release of Mortal Kombat 2 coming to theaters May 8th.
And I'll tell you, my favorite Mortal Kombat
This
character
is, see, we're giving them away right here. We got tickets to give away.
Yeah,
So
how
come
should we
see
do
us.
that? How
Look,
should we give these tickets away? Hold on. How many do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have a 4-pack of tickets to give away for this event. So
You guys ever follow the Mortal Kombat stuff, video games?
So
any
if
of
you
that?
have, if it's you and your spouse and you have more than 2 kids, you're gonna have to tell
I
the other
want
kids
to
that you don't love them.
yeah.
Explain to the other
Shit
ones.
ate all your
why
dinner.
they
You
gotta
could have went to
do
the
it.
movies.
Yeah,
Should ate your greens.
yeah.
But Mortal Kombat, Scorpion, that's my guy. Get over here. That's my guy.
So how about this? This is how we're gonna give these
Get
away.
over here.
If you on any of the platforms we're on, if you comment and share the stream, and you also have to like or subscribe. So you got to be following us. You share the stream and give us a comment, and then we will pick one of you folks to go see Mortal Kombat 2.
And we will announce this tomorrow on the Guards Mania podcast right here. We will give away these 4 tickets on the Guards Mania podcast tomorrow. I don't know what time we're going to be live tomorrow. That's Gary's Guardian show. Yes.
It's
all
me.
right. The mirroring is correct. We're good. I thought I was pointing at Sam for a second. But,
No, I'm still on this side.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, tomorrow
In real life.
Guards Mania podcast will be here featuring Gary Fair and the Fair Files. Sorry. He turned red, I turned red. He looked at me, we both blushed. Anyways, yeah, we will be giving these tickets away tomorrow. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we'll pick a winner. And then also, guys, go follow the Guards Media podcast if you want in-depth guard stuff. It's him and Logan Bruce talking everything guards. Is there anything you want to say about that real quick, Gary?
It's just so far we're 2 episodes in. It's been a lot of fun, and if you want to talk Guardian, man, come join us.
Yes, it is a good show. I had fun, and you can call in on that show. I don't believe we're going to do that tomorrow, but for future reference, we'll be able to call it. We're figuring all that out. It's going to be fun. Back to the Browns stuff, you guys. The Browns.
Down Browns.
Let me grab my handy dandy notes here.
What in the-
I want to say something. I do want to bring this up.
Okay.
Do you guys care at all that Todd Monken was getting a haircut?
No.
Over getting his
No.
coaching pictures?
I do think that's kind of weird. I mean, it's not that I don't
I don't
necessarily
think he
care.
purposely did it.
I mean, you're the head coach. You got to know when the picture
I don't
gets
think he
taken. Right?
represents. Well, I heard that the time changed too. Maybe he didn't get the memo. That's what I heard. At the time,
I heard he doesn't give a crap.
Well, that's what he told a reporter when asked, and that's why I liked about him. Man, I'm right. The more I'm hearing of Todd Monken, the more I'm liking a Todd Monken because he has that old cavalier attitude, John Wayne persona about him. With me, anyway. He's just got the Duke. He's just that guy. And a reporter asked him about the haircut incident, and he said, "I don't effing care about it." Straight up, I don't effing care about it. So I like that. Let's talk. He's ready for football. He's
I mean, the thing is, you have to remember too, the picture. That's without the draft picks. That's without all your free agent signings, and that's before any cuts are made. I mean, that's not really even a team picture. That's not the real team picture. So that's not the one that's going to be on the poster of, that says the 2026-27 Cleveland Browns. So really, what is that picture?
My thing is, Monken seems like he's the guy that's going to be coming here to reshape this culture. I love his no-nonsense attitude. And I think that's going to go a long way. Now, I don't feel like Kevin was that. I don't know. I wasn't in the locker room, but I don't feel like Kevin was that type of guy with these guys. So I'm hoping that some players, if the way I'm feeling Monken is, and he seems like he's that stern coach, I hope that some of these players can adapt to that.
Yeah.
Because some of these guys are going to go, "Hey, you can't talk to me like that. I'm so and so." But this is about winning football, changing this culture here, and it's no nonsense here now.
Sam Serious, when he punches the table, got scared there
Serious
for a second.
Sam
He wants
Lockabera.
Monken was quoted saying
Monken was
quoted saying that focusing on creating a team that nobody wants to play. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being the laughing stock of the NFL.
But he didn't say why though. What if he creates the team that nobody wants to play because they're ticklers?
This guy.
You
can't take this guy
It's going
anywhere.
to be a big change, guys, no matter the circumstances. And we talked about it on Tuesday's show. If he does have a poor season, it's not going to be all for Tompkins. It will not be. I promise you that. Again, that's a lot depending on the draft and what these players are going to be able to adapt to. And we said it again as well with the quarterback situation. You're going to have to figure out who the quarterback is. So I said it. Todd Monken has the hardest job right now in the NFL to me. One, you got to figure out who your quarterback's going to be. You got to focus on your offense and defensive side of the ball. You got your coordinators that help with that. I get that. But pick your quarterback. Two, then you got to build a playbook around said quarterback. And very little time.
I think
we could draft a quarterback, right?
let's not go there. I don't want to go there. Don't even want to go there. So I was hearing
I mean,
a certain reporter said, let's go ahead and get Ty Simpson at 6.
I mean, I stopped reading Cleveland.com after that.
What? Todd Monken is coming here to change this offense around. That's my thing, everybody. If you're changing your offense around, you got to fix the problems that were with the offense last year. What was the problem? Offensive line. What was the problem? Not having wide receivers that can step up and get what you need out of them. But also, it's at the line, dude.
Bro.
You can't. Let's pick best player available. So then we can't have what we need on offense to fix this to be a offense, because part of it is defense and offense. So when you have a top 3 defense last year, top 5 defense, people probably didn't want to play us coming here. Okay, on the defensive side of the ball, the offensive side of the ball, there were coaches that were saying Cleveland's easy to prepare for. Like Tomlin said.
So who's at the Browns and the Browns?
Well, because of the offense. The offense has problems. That's why we got to fix this offense. It's going to start there. Then you become a team that people don't want to play. When you got a good offense and a good defense, then you finally become that team that people don't want to play because they know it's going to be a fight, a dog fight. So we got to get back to that. And it starts with fixing the line and getting these receivers here. Receiver or receivers. Yeah. And that's my story. Strictly to it. I'm tired of talking about it. Can the draft be tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. I agree, but
we have the draft tomorrow, please. We got 2 more weeks?
Yeah, well, I'll change the subject real quick. If you guys want cards graded, there are several locations here if you are an avid collector, bring your cards down here. There's maybe 5 or 6 spots to get your cards graded. But yeah, come down here and join us. This is quite an event. Obviously, there's some autographs going on over there as well. Ray Shoe Dog Prisby here. His Corvette's out there in the other section out there.
And I want to bring up something really cool, man. I got a piece of living history here today, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Landis. Who's Paul Landis? I'm going to explain to you who Paul Landis is. Paul Landis was a Secret Service agent for the Kennedys, okay? Particularly Jackie Onassis. And he's here today, and I got to meet him. He is the last living Secret Service member that is here. And what, for me, it felt like an honor to stand in front of somebody like that. That's a piece of living history. The things that he's seen and all that, and, not just guarding President and his wife, but also, like, I was talking with a friend of his, also taking the kids fishing, talking about little Bobby and stuff, He's taking these guys fishing. He was around the family, and he's here today, people. I mean, that's a great person to meet. He has a book out. It's called The Final Witness.
He's in your history books.
He is in your history book.
I was a history teacher. I can tell you he's in your history books.
He's it. Here it is. This is the book.
And you know what's crazy is when I went over there and tried to meet him, Sam introduced me as bodyguard.
So this is my bodyguard. And
So
what did
I'm
he
like,
tell
"Hey."
you, Mike?
And then Gary goes over there. This is my boss. I'm like, dude, I got a camera.
No, I didn't say it was my boss. What happened is that he said it was going to be $20 extra for a picture.
Oh,
And then I said my boss is going to pay that $20.
So yeah, here I am, the big guy in the room, just standing there all awkward, getting called the I guess the boss that's going to pay for the book and
I walked up.
the
I told,
bodyguard.
I told Paul, I said, this is my bodyguard. He
He's
came over to
only
take
the boss when it comes time to pay for stuff.
And you know what? Paul was
Not when it comes telling me how to live my life, though.
Paul Landis was standing in front of Mike, and he goes, I don't know what I'd do back then if I had a guy that did like you behind me. And I looked at Paul, and I says, you grab it, and you twist it, and you grab an eye out. I said, there's no fair fighting, Paul. We know that. He like that.
Yeah.
He looked at me, he goes, absolutely.
Do you remember when we met Greg and Mike Pruitt?
At all costs.
And they were like, where were you at 20 years ago, dude? I'm like, man,
Right, yeah.
I was skinny. But
Yeah, Greg was like, we could have used you on the line. And Paul Landis, man, what an honor.
that
to
is a
meet.
great story as well. I want to read the book. I'm going to go over there and actually get one.
Mhm.
I was too busy taking pictures for
He's down here autographing books, man.
my staff. Apparently.
The last Secret Service agent, and he has some breaks of his silence are in this book. So the book is The Final Witness, and that's a shout out to Mr. Paul Landis.
Yes. Guys, realistically, we know your best player available. Me and Sam are both on the page of
Being wrong.
get the needs.
Being wrong.
I'm going to tell you, I'll argue with this all day. You say get the best player available.
Yeah.
But that's fine. When you have a team that is winning games, you go for best player available. When you have a team that is getting shut out, game it up, and you can't even score over 21
You will
points
never
a
be.
game.
You will never be the team that wins games if you don't go best player available.
No, you'll never be the team that can win games if you can't score more than 21 points. Defense wins championships. The Browns proved us wrong.
You will never be the team that wins games if you don't draft the best player
All
available.
right, let's continue scoring 14 points, maybe less than a game.
You will never
I
be
love
the team that wins unless you go the best player
I love
available.
2 touchdowns a game, guys. One being by the defense, and the other by
Okay.
some offensive.
Can I tell you
magic
real quick?
miss.
Can I tell you guys why this Steelers booth deserves to be booed?
Why is that?
Because he has a jersey that's hanging up above everything else, and it's a Joe Hayden jersey.
He doesn't know.
Number
I heard
23,
there
Joe
was a
Hayden.
rumor going that he might be here, Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden, but he has a Joe of all the Steelers jerseys. He has it. I mean, Joe Hayden doesn't even look at himself as a Steeler.
No, Joe Hayden wanted to retire as a Brown.
He wanted to retire as a Brown, and,
Yes.
and I do hold it against him that he did go to the. I understand why he went to the Steelers. The way the Browns treated him was kind of garbage. He wasn't done. I get it. I forgive him,
It happens,
But,
man.
bro-
It's part of
bro. Come on.
at the end of the day, it's a business.
Come
Everybody
here.
always says,
I get it. Come here and boo the Steelers guy for putting up the Joe Hayden jersey. Boo!
We're gonna
Oh,
get
Steelers.
Yeah, we're gonna get in big trouble.
We're gonna get in
Even
big
the
trouble.
Bills fans that you already
I
booed
think,
looked over at us.
Yeah,
John. There's a police officer here, Gary. He's already given you the code there.
it's giving me the mean look.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I
Might
tell them
want-
it's because of the Hayden
Might
jersey,
want to refrain.
if it's because we tell them, listen, don't you think the Steelers guy deserves to be booed for putting up that Joe Hayden jersey? Of all the Steelers jerseys he could have put up there, the one he put up is the Joe Hayden jersey.
Well, I'll tell you what that all is. So
Yeah.
that is the folks from Pittsburgh
Yeah.
advertising that they're going to be at the NFL draft. So that's why they're here,
Okay.
because it's a Steeler thing and they're promoting being at the draft.
Yeah.
So I see why they're doing that. Now, you know who's going to be here tomorrow? Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden. Yeah.
So maybe we should make him put up a Browns one up there tomorrow.
I think
Yeah, there it
so.
is.
I think so.
There it is.
I agree. I couldn't agree more with that.
It's like the American flag is the flag that's supposed to stand the tallest, no matter where you're at. That's the one that stands the tallest. When you're here and you're a dog, you're a Cleveland Brown, your jerseys, a Browns jersey needs to be hanging the highest.
That's right.
A Browns flag needs to be hanging the highest. That's how it works here. That's our.
Is it
that's,
hanged
that's
or
that
hung?
hung
I don't know.
hang. I don't know.
Either way, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Either way, come down here and make sure you send a boo down to the Steelers guys.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is really awesome event, man. I'm
Trying to get
very grateful for being invited here. You know.
Absolutely.
You know, you got there's a Daryl Riders here. I mean, there's some big name people here, radio broadcasting, and
If
not
Daryl
to
Ryder
mention
wants to
everything.
come
I
on-
gotta go. I'm gonna go look around because I didn't get a chance to really do that. We did a lot of setting up and getting ready for the show, live feed. But I want to see what they got here, man.
I would love to get. I mean, I listen to 93 quite a bit, and I would love to have Daryl on.
Nick
Maybe.
Wilson's here.
I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. Should I just go over there
I
and take
don't
my
think,
mic with me and just start interviewing them
I
right on
don't
the
think
spot?
that contractually, I don't think they're allowed to do it.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know how that works, but it looks like Gary just took off and it's gonna do it. We're gonna.
No, you can't do that.
I don't think he
It's
can.
not going to be able to. Contractually, I don't think those guys are allowed to do
He
that.
is doing it. He's
Hey, you got
talking to him.
to throw your shot, but I don't think no.
Absolutely. I'll move so you guys can. He said he can't. I see that already. Nick did say he'd come on though, so we'll see what happens with that. But now that fake Gary is gone, we can really talk some Browns here.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Yeah, it's I don't know. You got like I said, a draft can't get here fast enough, man. I'm sure we're all done talking about it. We just want to be about it, and it's time for that to happen.
Yes.
Right? You can agree. There, I got it. I got it. A yes out of Mr. Dorado.
And it's going to be more exciting after the draft happens. No matter the circumstances, if we go after best player available, we're going to know who's who and what is what. And we'll be able to talk more about putting this team together. And obviously, the Browns are one of those hidden teams that let you know little to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is the downfall. We try to get as much information as we can. Hence the reason I'm going to tackle Daryl Ryder here in a minute and see what he'll give me with off the air. But no, it's going to be an interesting year no matter what for the Browns because we expect greatness every year, no matter what, right? I mean,
Well, you don't never want to expect.
is that fan hope or is that?
No,
being
you always got to
realistic?
keep that. If you're a true Browns fan, every season you want them to do well. It's like Gary has talked about it before. You know, there might be a player you don't like when he's on the field and they're pouring their hearts out. You know, and you might he might not be your favorite player, but you badmouth a guy that is here for your team to try to make it better. You know, you just don't try to support all of your team,
And you know-
everybody on your team.
Yeah, no matter if they come from Michigan or Pittsburgh, when they become a dog, that's it, man. You get that dog mentality going,
Right.
and it's game on. That's what I'm looking forward to. I have both mindsets. I try to be a realist and a fan at the same time. I really do. The fan side of me takes over, obviously. That's clear as day. I always have hope for this team. The build up every year really gets me. I get so psyched up for us to lose the first 3 games usually.
Mhm.
And then again, I still have hope. It's like, all right, this is that. Me and Chad talked about it honestly, where you have that 3 to 5 games period, or in the first 3 to 5 games, you're going to see your team meshing, getting together, and figuring things out.
See
It's
how
not gonna-
everybody's gelling.
yeah, it's not going to happen right off the bat, unfortunately. Which we would love it for.
Well, you never know, though. You just never know. Maybe George Warhop coming back here is that answer for this offensive line. He's been everywhere, okay? And
I don't know what you just did.
So Joe Thomas is going to be here in a little bit. He's going to do an interview with Kenny Rhoda, and then if we're still going live after that interview, Kenny Rhoda is going to come and give us a couple minutes
Oh,
and talk some draft with us.
excellent.
Good deal.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
I forgot where I was at.
But everybody that's watching in the comments, what do you think? Best player available? Should we go best player available, or should we go for needs over wants? That is a big question.
Or
right now.
trade down. There's your third option.
Best
Best player available. Go for your needs, or would you trade down for more draft capital?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys would do. It's a toss up, honestly. Where you know you're going to need positional players.
Shout out to Logan Bruce. He's out there golfing today. He said
Oh,
he's
look, he likes
watching
to
live
interrupt
from the
too.
golf course.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, I've got cut off about 4 times sitting here,
Oh,
so
you guys can't even see the comments. I'm sorry.
we'll have that done on these big jobs.
Come on out here.
Every
It's a-
time I got
it is a
something to say on
beautiful
this spot.
Saturday. We're out here at the Greenies Sports Card Show.
The Great Lakes Collector Convention.
The Great
powered
Lakes-
by Great Sports
The
Cards.
Great Lakes Collector Convention powered by Greeny Sports Cards down at Independence High School. Come and
Yes.
check us out. Man, it's just been awesome down here so far.
I flew the drone around for a minute. That was fun. I didn't hurt anybody. That's a plus.
That was kind of a pretty cool because a lot of people, you grabbed their attention once you broke that out. You got to see
Yeah.
the people lining in, coming in from the door, and the crowd was pretty neat.
I'm gonna actually go in the room. So you guys, once I post a video about this for Greenies, you guys are gonna see what you missed out on. So get down here, get to meet us. There's all kinds of big people here. Honestly, there's a lot of cool stuff, especially if you're a Browns fan, man. Get down here and say what's up. It's gonna be a great day. And this goes on to tomorrow as well, till
Yeah.
4:00 tomorrow. So
And what's really cool is that there is I've said before, is that there is a whole Steelers booth here for you to boo. It's just there. You can walk. You just when you walk in, it's there, and you boo. When you walk, it's on your right as you're going through the gymnasium. So come and check them out. Come boo. If you have cards to
Come
get
check 'em
graded,
out. Come boo.
come boo. Come get your cards graded. There it seems as though some local Cleveland celebrities that are in and out of here. Joe Thomas will be here in a little bit. He's going to be doing an interview with Kenny Rhoda. We've seen Dangerous Daryl Ryder, Nick Wilson. So if you're a fan of like local sports media, come on down here. There's going to be some players in and out. It's a cool place to be.
That's where I was at before we got talking over George Warhop, the offensive line coach. He's already done a stint here in Cleveland. He's been with many other teams too. But who give him a tip of his cap with Warhop coming back is Joe Thomas. He spoke highly of him. He said that's the best offensive line coach that he's ever played for.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we have a George Warhop back here because I think he's going to tighten this ship up. And it's going to be interesting to watch, man. Warhop's, some people might say, well, he was here before. And it's businesses. You come, go. Different coaches. I think he was under Mangini and a few other coaches that year we went.
Yeah.
But bringing Warhop back and having the tip of the cap from Joe Thomas, I mean, you can't get no better than that from a Hall of Famer staying. That's his coach. That's who he wants. And if there's somebody's going to turn the ship around with the guys, it's going to be George. So
I mean, skepticism obviously comes with Cleveland every year, correct? I mean, everybody's going to come into this year skeptical, but there, like I said a million times, there's going to be so much change that there's something to be excited about as well. I was over Kevin Stefanski, I want to say by week 12, I was done. I was completely and utterly done when week 12 hit. I don't remember what game it was exactly. I'm just gonna give you a rough time frame, but I was done.
I couldn't listen to no more. We have to do better pressers. I just couldn't do it.
Are you glad he's gone?
It's not. I'm not happy or upset about it. It is what it is. It seems as though there's some stuff that's come out afterwards where the players weren't necessarily happy with him, and if that's what it is, that's fine. The fact is, he had 2 winning seasons here. 2-3 winning seasons. So that is not what we signed up for. That's not what we wanted out of the Browns. So it was time to make a change. But I thought that, the change needed to happen wholesale.
Yes,
That Barry needed to go to. Because I think what's going to be weird is if he doesn't have a good draft this year,
That's something to talk about.
then you're going to probably be replacing your general manager. And then you're going to be replacing a general manager. You're going to get a guy who didn't pick his coach. And so now you're talking about blowing the whole thing up again.
Right.
So you wasted another
trying
year.
to build a culture back here, a winning culture, because we all know that they got this
For sure.
$2.5 billion dome
Yeah.
that's coming to Brook Park.
And
I'm pretty sure you want to go in there looking like a team that people are afraid to play.
for sure.
You know,
And in modern football, the coaches and the GMs are very much attached at the hip.
See, I was okay with Kevin, but like after the last 2 seasons, it just, to me, wore off. And like you said, it felt like it was time for a change. We needed a time for a change. We did 2 winning seasons. I think he was here for 8 years, whatever he was here for. Don't quote me, whatever.
Listen,
It was time to go. It was time for him to go. I was saying that a while too. And then that's when all the, if you get rid of him, the whole staff, if the whole staff has to go turn things around here, so be it. It was just time for a change.
it was. And the thing is that he was supposed to be this offensive guru, and we never really seemed to have that top offense with him, whether he was calling the plays or what it was. And the dysfunction was always on offense.
I want to say something about Kevin. Okay. Last season, 2 seasons ago, the offense wasn't looking good. 2 seasons ago, he did what? He turned over the play calling to his offensive coordinator. In my mind, I go, how many more times are you able to do that before you're a question mark? You can't. In the middle of the season, to me, it's almost like, yep, this isn't working. I can't figure it out. I'm going to put it to the guy in the booth.
Not a smart guy. He's a very
No,
smart.
I wish him
coach.
the best. I really do. But for 2 seasons in a row, you gave up your play calling to your offensive coordinator. That just to
There's
me
what we need right there.
knew that was a demise.
Said it, come on.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I was listening, Sam. I'm sorry. I was
Here we go again. Go ahead.
Obviously going to 5 quarterbacks in one season did not look good on the team and Kevin Stefanski. It looked good for him to be able to adapt and still make something happen, but it all fell apart after that, man. 5 quarterbacks in 1 year is kind of insane. But you've seen it. Like Joe Flacco went to shine there, dude. And I get it, Joe Flacco, I think is only good for 4 or 5 games. That's his max now. I think he's maxed out at 4 or 5 games. But to see team or whatever it was for the, I don't know what just happened. You can take a couple as well.
Barter
thank you
trade.
for coming
Barter
as well.
trade.
Yes. But it's absolutely, man. I'm glad it's over. It's time to move on, turn a new leaf over, throw the stone, whatever you want to call it. I think Todd Monken's going to build some new culture, the culture change, because it seemed like Stefanski lost the team last year, and 100%. I'll say it. I don't care if you guys think he did or did not. I think he lost the team. The offense clearly fell apart. The defense towards the end had a couple of injuries, but we're still holding their own. But
I've talked about it before, and you've seen it. When Miles made the face after a game, I believe it was a game we won, and Kevin was giving out a game ball.
Do I ever lie to you?
Yeah, I think it was that his
Yeah.
quote. Kevin says, "Do I ever lie to you?" And
Or
behind,
don't
and,
I always tell the truth?
and behind Kevin, you seen Miles Garrett do this face. Like that. I think we got a little bit of something going on in behind the curtains.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
so,
Yeah,
I mean,
Miles
you
made
read the
that
signs.
face, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, you read the signs. Obviously, like I said, guys, I really think they gave up on him. And I'm not going to say people like Shedeur Sanders obviously not going to do that because he's got film to make. He's got a job. He's got to prove that he is legendary, whatever he calls himself. Obviously, I don't even know how to say it. I'm trying to think of the way to say this without sounding like a complete dick. I am definitely glad he's gone. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
And this year
How
is
you
going to show a lot.
How you doing?
And you know what? I'll say this as well. I wasn't excited. I wanted a new coach, a young coach. I wanted a guy that was going to be able to adapt to the new NFL that's out here now rather than an old head. I didn't want somebody that, because the NFL is changing, guys. You can say whatever you want. It is changing. A younger coach, I think, would have been able to adapt. Obviously, more to these younger players that are coming in, a lot easier than an older head. I get it to the extent where people, this guy's younger than me. I don't want to play for this guy. I get that. Nobody wants to play for a guy that's younger than them. I guess I would take that in consideration. But at the same time, if the guy is smart, whether it be a coordinator, offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator, give the guy time to shine. This guy could be, in 20 years down the road, a Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? When he gets older, when he gets to Bill Belichick's age, when he was in his prime in the NFL. Deflategate. Damn it.
Well, Monken.
Monken is 61 years old. So.
Oh, I know. I'm saying to give this guy time to develop a coach, a younger coach, somebody that can get with the changes. But I will say this: after a week or two, Monken grew on me, and you really start to take things into consideration about older coach and knowing the NFL and never having a coaching experience. This could be something different.
Yeah, Monken's not going to grow on me until I see the results. I don't care. I don't care about these press conferences anymore. I don't care about the anecdotal stories. I want results.
Yeah, it's enough.
It's
enough talk.
But enough of the stuff I've heard about being around. Everybody has had their stuff. Everybody, everybody's talked about, bringing the Browns back, gonna bring a culture, bring the culture back. Every single coach, every single one.
That's the go-to. That's like the safe word.
Yeah. It's like getting in an abusive.
I see what you're saying.
It's getting in an abusive relationship, and at the beginning goes, "I'm never going to be abusive." In 6 months, let's see what happens in 6 months. Let's see, in week 8, what this team looks like.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any dysfunction the way that there has been. What happens? We need to see if, like I said, dysfunction, the way that there has been under Stefanski and the way there has been before that. And if there is, then is it coaching or is it coming from above? And if it's coming from above, then there's nothing you can do. And then there's really kind of no point in even having these conversations.
Could I say that I'm glad that Paul DePodesta's gone? I don't care what anybody says. If I'm so very glad that the dude is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna see some change because of that. I do. Chad yells at me every time, but I think he has something to do with it. You're an analytical guy, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be in Andrew Berry's head saying, hey, man, on paper, this guy is top notch, or this guy is not. And number cruncher, that's what he was. What do you call that? Moneyball guy.
Yep.
I don't think that's what we needed. We are one of the most analytical teams in the league. To win 3 games a year, guys?
The thing about
It sounds like it's if the math ain't mathing type thing.
Here's the thing about analytics. Analytics tell you, analytics takes the past to predict the future, right? But analytics really is it's telling you what happened in the past, and then you use that. So what you need is good scouting. You need good scouting. You need guys that can look at what's happening now and tell you whether that was good or not. Right. And that's what the Browns have been missing. The guys that can tell you now, not what happened.
Everybody's saying the game's changing. I get that. Okay. And analytics are good. And analytics to me are bad too, because sometimes you don't have to go for it 4th and 1. You take the points, you could have won the game.
I don't want to get
but you're going with the analytics part of it.
Well, it depends on the situation.
Yeah, and the situation didn't work out for us a few times last year, and I wondered. I wonder, if coach call, or was that an analytic call? Did they ask AI, what should we do right now? But no, you don't. I think sometimes you got to go and just put points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a few times that we could have kicked some
points on the board.
Put points on the board, and you could have won a game.
For sure.
If you went it for on 4th and 1 because you went up in your booth, you said, "Hey, what's the analytics say?" Analytics say go for it. We have a pretty high probability that you don't get it. Well, nothing's perfect. Yeah, but if you would have just went with your gut and coached like a coach should, like an old head coach should, he would say, "We're going to get the points in certain situations." I get it. So you should go for it, or you should, depending on the game. But there's a few times that bit us last year.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that you don't leave points on the field when you're there. You take the points when they're there for you.
Couldn't agree more. And that's why I think the offensive side of things for this draft coming up are the most important. You need a wide receiver. You need offensive linemen. And yes, we cleared up some of that in the free agency, and I'm grateful for that. But you need a younger guy that could develop some developmental, you know what I mean? But a solid left tackle. That's the biggest part for me. We don't have a solid left tackle at the moment with the unknown of I'm having a brain fart right now. What's his name?
Dwan Jones.
Dwan Jones. Thank you.
It's not an unknown. You have it's a known quantity. You know that he's not what it is.
Injury prone.
Well, not only is he injury prone, but he wasn't a good left tackle when he was healthy. He was a right tackle, but he wasn't. He's a right tackle.
TJ Watt down to the ground as right tackle.
Right. Yeah. I always say that Dwan Jones is always going to be TJ Watt's daddy.
Yeah. I mean, that was great. But that's what I'm saying. It's the unknown. You can't really throw him over there and expect greatness. It's like Zach Zinter. Zach Zinter could be a center. You're not going to put Zach Zinter at the center because it's not his dominant position. I don't like moving guys around because of injury. You set them in stone where they're going to be at and make that their key position, or you have a solid backup if you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you go get that left tackle you need in this draft, playing around with the board.
Because we don't have a left tackle now.
That's why you go. That's why you go get a 6'7", 366-pound out of Alabama, Caden Proctor. I'm gonna tell you a little tip. 366 pounds. That's a big fella, right? You know what else this big fella did while he was at Alabama? They ran him in the Wildcat. And you know what? He scored touchdowns. He caught passes. I'm just saying that shows you his. Well, that was an example of what they did in Alabama, but that's a guy you get, and he's a true left tackle. You fix the line. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm starting to get a migraine. You fix the line, you fix the offense. Starts at the line. You know, you're going to go get a Caleb Downs. Okay, yeah, Caleb Downs is a great quarterback, safety, whatever you want him at if he gets here. The guy's positions sometimes change when you draft him. But that's not going to fix your offensive line problem. And if that's a big score on us right now, you fix that so you can have a quarterback that can, with a decent line, that can actually operate with this offense. That's new offenses coming.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough, man.
No, I agree.
You take them at 6. I don't know how much is smarter than us. They're smarter than me, you know. Or do you go for the wide receiver and then at 24, that's when you pull the trigger on your tackle?
I would agree with that. Going after your wide receiver first, a guy that can put points on the board, and then a guy that could protect your line. But I did a couple mock drafts before I put mine up. I did 4. And as soon as you go wide receiver, you start watching those linemen fall up because you don't have another pick until 24. Right. So it's not just us that are looking for offensive linemen. So that's going to be a hard decision for Andrew. Do you pick up that key wide receiver or a linebacker? What do you? Or Andrew Berry. Honestly, I'd wake up every morning pissed off at myself because I have the biggest job in the league right now. I got to figure out how to put this team together that has the best damn fan base in the league. I don't care if you Buffalo fans think you're the best or not. You heard Gary Boo a bit ago, and he just gave us another disgruntled look. You're getting bad looks today, man.
I am. It's because I've been booing people.
Well, yeah, I get
How
that.
do you know they're not looking at you, though?
They're booing this guy. I'm kidding.
No.
Don't. I'm just kidding.
Don't.
That was a joke.
I should have never. I started that with Pittsburgh. I walked in and I'm saying, don't do that. Don't do that.
He's a Green Bay guy. We could, but I don't really
I
have any.
think this whole thing is getting. They're making it harder than it needs to be. You simplify it. O-line problem, fix it. You get a stud wide receiver, go get him. you got another draft where you actually have drafts in the first round where you didn't because we brought in Deshaun Watson. You make the best of it. I don't. I mean,
Hold
Averill
on.
Reese.
Just so everybody's aware, Josh Cribbs is in the building. He'll be here as well today. It's gonna be a lot of players here. I'm sorry.
You're good. I'm used to it.
Calm down, Chad.
No
Uh,
Dr.
Josh-
5 o'clock shadow going on.
Josh Cribbs is actually here signing autographs right now, and they're going to have somebody else here. There's 2 desks up here from the Strongsville sports group. They all the Browns players are here today, and they're going to have a lot of Guardians and Kings players tomorrow. So that's Gary's time to shine tomorrow. But
Gary's shining now. I'm glad to have Gary. I'm glad to be with
No,
you
no,
guys
for
all.
sure. How you doing, buddy?
How are you?
Man, how you
Pretty
doing?
good.
Getting that signed by Joe Thomas later on?
I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I got something for Bernie as a jersey and Joe my picture.
Nice.
Very
Here.
nice.
Is this Mike
It can be.
Are you guys on the radio?
Yeah. Oh, we're doing a live stream.
doing a live podcast right now? So we're on YouTube and Facebook. You're on Bearded Browns. So you look at you're a big Browns fan, right?
Oh, huge
What's
fan.
your name?
Fan. Chip Eider, Canton, Ohio.
Okay. So what do you got? What do you want to happen in this draft?
I really like the wide receiver from Ohio State.
Cardinal Tate?
Arnold,
I would take him in a heartbeat at number 6.
Okay.
And then for number 22 or 24,
Uh-huh.
I would go with the offensive tackle.
Okay.
Hey,
Uh,
we all sound the same here, folks. I
but
think
we
we
need offensive guys right now and playmakers, and I like Tate. He's a playmaker.
So if Tate's not there, are you looking at best available, or are you still drafting for need at 6?
I'm looking at best available. I basically like all 3 or 4 of the Ohio State guys that are there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even if we don't need another defensive player, I think if we draft Ohio State guys, we're gold.
Well, hey, he's a Michigan fan, so
Yeah.
Well,
Go
you saw how Braylon Edwards worked out.
we'll bring that up after the show.
We got Mason Graham.
Right.
Yeah,
Mason Graham's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
It was Zach Sinter.
I watched that all the way. Once they're hair, I don't care what college they're from. When they're brown, they're a dog. They're a dog.
right. Yeah. So anyway,
Thank
All right, well,
for
thank you for joining us, man.
no problem. Thank you.
Chip.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Thanks, Chip. Well, there it is, man. It's another fan that says wide receiver.
But
then you
also
go
says
for an all.
best available.
Well,
If that's the big if.
well, then what if your next best available is like he said? You go. We need offensive help,
Well,
and
that's not-
Tate's
I'm not
not
saying-
there,
I'm
and
not
then you
saying
go.
that you- I'm not saying you
for
don't-
another top wide receiver.
I'm not saying that you don't go offense. I'm saying you go best available.
Right. Well,
guys have
then
that.
that would be the wide receiver we need.
I mean, it just depends on who's there.
You
You know,
guys gonna fight this
You
out?
said.
or
You said. Oh yeah, we can. You said Denzel. I said Denzel Boston all day long. Man.
I do. Don't get me wrong. I
Hey, if
love
Tate's
having
not there at
Denzel
6, you go. I like Boston. That's my opinion. I mean, there's other guys here that you could go with. I would stay away from Jordan Tyson, just from his
injury history.
injury history. And then, like I said, a big body guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not down for another slot type. 5'11", 185-pound guy, 190. I want a 6'4", 6'5", 200, 210-pound wide receiver. We need one.
They are
deserve
for
it.
sure.
We deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, you got your tall tight ends, but you also need a guy that it could be a deep threat that could jump up and get the ball. At Jador, obviously, we've seen him. He loves launching the ball downfield. So having that guy that could get up in the air and make a play happen is
Mhm.
crucial. And that's another thing that I like about Shador is he does have a good long ball, and it is unknown when that play could happen like that. You're not going to know. You take your fastest guy, whether that be Isaiah Bond or my guy Jamari Thrash. Yeah.
Trash.
You heard that right. I think you're going to see a lot of him this year as well, but
hey, you hope.
I hope. We are going to take a break, guys. We've been live for an hour and a half. I'm going to try to scrounge up some interviews with some either players or some. Half a thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We don't have a hockey team, so you can't really boo the Penguins.
What are you, Mario Lemieux fan?
You could be.
I am a Mario Lemieux fan as well.
So,
I grew up with-
so boo yourself. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not booing myself. That's
Hey, are
ignorant.
you booing Roberto Clemente.
Boo
The
you.
Pirates are on a. You can't boo the Pirates, dude.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
They're not the Guardians or the Indians.
Yeah, but they're in the
Whatever you
National
call them.
League. They're National League, dude.
Yeah, but they're against.
So-
They're
us.
National League. They're not really against us.
I've actually been to Pittsburgh's baseball field, and it reminds me more of like a college.
Yeah?
it does. It's
PNC
beautiful.
Park.
PNC Park. Yeah.
PNC Park, yeah.
We went. Me, my grandfather, my uncle, a bunch of my cousins went like 2 years ago. It is nice. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. It just doesn't give me that same feel as Progressive Field does. It's kind of like a college atmosphere. It's
Yeah.
small. It doesn't. It's too open for me.
I think it's beautiful.
It
I
is
like
beautiful.
Three Rivers as well when they played there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You right on the river. You get some great views if you're walking across the. Oh, sorry. If you're walking across that would have been like right field line.
Yeah.
You get a beautiful view of downtown and the river and all that. It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't like anything Pittsburgh. Especially that
Pittsburgh
Heinz
is a
ketchup.
beautiful city
It
for
is.
me to poop on.
Yeah, I don't like Heinz either. Heinz Field, yeah. Use ClevelandKetchup.com. Check out. Use our code Bearded for 10% off. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. Maybe. I'm going to try to see what I can get happening here. There's a lot going on. Literally, there's a lot. We are in the smaller room here, but there's a lot in the next room. We're going to go check that out and see what happens.
I haven't been back that far.
We're gonna go boost some Steelers fans, and we'll be right back, guys.
We'll be kicked out of here in no time.
Oh, and we're going to bring on Andrew McDonald when we come back. We will. The owner of the, I'm sorry, wow, the Lorain County Leviathan, the new soccer team coming to Lorain.
Yeah,
If you guys aren't hip to that, get it. It is going to be outdoor soccer. That's going to be amazingly fun. Promise you, very family-oriented fun. Check out your family.
Did Andrew McDonald just comment to bring on Andrew McDonald?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that happened.
But you're calling
He's
me.
right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys talk to him. How about that?
Oh, you're the Leviathan guy.
I know.
Come on in, man. Come on in, Andrew.
Leviathan.
That's called self-glossing.
Yeah.
Just watch the cables. We got a lot of trip wires. A lot of trip
So,
wires
guys,
here.
this is Andrew
Way to go,
McDonald,
Mike. Thanks.
owner of the Lorain Leviathan. Welcome.
Thank
How are
you.
you doing?
Sorry, one of my big fans is trying to snap photos of me
Yeah, for sure.
without permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't sign any paperwork.
I did not. No.
No releases.
No, and I didn't charge $70.
No.
No.
What the heck is going on around
I
here?
don't know.
So we got some new. Is it indoor outdoor soccer?
It's outdoor soccer.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
So I saw down there. It's a minor league. Is that correct?
Yes.
Uh,
So
Tell us a little bit.
yeah, so in the world of soccer, you have everything that's going on in Europe. Then you also have MLS,
Mhm.
MLS Next Pro, and then USL, which is like a similar league to MLS.
Mhm.
So there's USL Championship, which everyone kind of knows, maybe Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Mhm.
I think saying Pittsburgh around here seems very safe.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not.
I noticed you guys booed a ton of people.
Yes.
We get in trouble.
I did not get booed, thank God.
We're organic.
Yeah, but I was also over here Googling, who the guy was that ran after Jackie O's car.
Yeah.
Clint Hill, I thought it was Paul Landis. It wasn't. I learned something today.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you had a question. So USL2 is like the minor league affiliate for like USL. So it's a feeder league. Last year, 69 players got drafted into MLS. So when you go out to the Lorain County Leviathan at Forefront Field, you're probably going to see, one or two or three players that's going to play, on Apple TV one day.
Okay.
And then we also have a deal with Inverness, California. For our guys that want to play overseas, there's a pathway as well.
That's awesome. So you're not necessarily like a farm team for a specific team, the way like Major League Baseball does it. You kind of like your minor league, but then you farm out to like all the.
Case League. If you're a baseball fan, it would be kind of like the Cape Cod League, where you come, you play 12 games. You get your tape out to the MLS teams, and then you can go anywhere you want. So yeah, you're not like in a system where you have to be traded or things like that. Whoever wants you can be pulled out of our league. And you're put on a roster. So, a great opportunity to play for these guys. Great opportunity for the community. 700 season tickets sold so far.
Excellent.
So a lot of positive feedback out in Lorain County.
You had more season tickets than we used to have folks at Tribe games in the 80s.
yesterday that 40,000 people were at Bob Feller's no hitter, but the actual announced attendance was like 7,000. So when we have our opening day,
Yeah.
everyone's going to say they were there in 10 years, but like there was only 3,000 seats.
Yeah.
So if somebody's lying, so you better get your tickets today.
Right. Pay attention.
Where's the camera?
Right.
Get your tickets today. Don't be the guy who said they were there.
Right.
Be the guy that was there.
We talked earlier a little bit
Yeah.
when you were talking, and so letting everybody know where are we going to be at, when's the season start, and it's such like that, where they can watch. I know we already talked.
Right. The first game is May 25th, and that is at Crusher Stadium, which is now Forefront Field in Avon. So right off I-90, you can't miss it if you're driving by. Also, there'll be orange barrels to kind of lead you there. So it goes May to July, 6 home games. We play against Buffalo, Erie, the dreaded Pittsburgh, and then also a local rivalry against Cleveland Force and Akron City.
Nice. Yeah, that's I've been to the Crushers a few times, and it's actually a really nice place.
Oh yeah.
And it's right off the highway. It's easy to get to. Plenty of parking.
Right.
And we were talking even maybe down the road, because I had mentioned at first I didn't know that. I heard that they were going to be playing at the Crushers Stadium, but I was like, hey man, are they ever talking about maybe some more development over there as far as trying to get you guys out?
Yeah. So what's interesting is that the Crushers historically have had about 58 events a year at the stadium. Last year had over 200. This year pushing 250 events. And nearly 350,000 visitors are expected to come through that park. So, one of the things that, people told me when we started the stadium, started the team was, well, I'm so glad to see something's coming to Forefront Field. When I actually got, behind the gates and, talked to, Len Kosmowski and Vic Begovitz, who are kind of the leaders over there, found out 250 events a year. MMA, boxing, professional wrestling, the MAC tournament for baseball, and the Fest. So the Fest is this amazing kind of religious revival event that used to be in Lake County. Tens of thousands of guests, and they're coming to Crushers, this summer, fall, for their event. So, kind of something for everybody out there, especially people who like soccer and baseball, but also Taylor Swift concert. Country music festival. So to your point, like a lot of things going on there. And I think the next natural step, which is kind of the question I think you were asking, was, in those fields around the stadium, what can be done? And there is extended talks with the county and the city about, developing that area into a hotel wellness area, as well as 4 or 5 kind of high school level fields for tournaments. And then the Crusher Stadium would be like the showcase. So when you get to the final round, you play in this championship game. But just amazing opportunities out there. The next kind of location that's closest is actually all the way in Indiana that would replicate what we're trying to do. We're in talks with the county and the city. The state has that fund. I call it the Browns Fund. So the Browns got what was it, $600 million. So now the little guys can participate as well. We've got our name in the hat for that to kind of renovate the stadium and modify it.
So kind of question about that. So with stadium, did that open up doors for smaller teams, or did that kind of suck the pot dry?
No, it poured the fuel on it.
Did it?
Yeah. So what happened was, in any political environment, if you're going to do something for somebody, you've got to do something for everybody.
Yeah.
So what it allows is for % of any project to be funded by the state.
Okay.
So let's say, we need $10 million to do this. If we can get the 7.5, the state's going to come in with the 2.5.
That's great.
So like the Browns, obviously are the kind of the biggest ticket there, but the Bengals are involved, FC Cincinnati, so everyone across the state is doing this. And we're actually the only county that has not yet submitted something like that. It's just a matter of getting all the powers that be in the same room.
Okay.
But the economic development from our project could be over $60 million. That could come in. And what we're seeing, honestly, is a lot of projects have to be turned down because the facility, doesn't have enough bathrooms or it's out of date, or, things like that. So, we're hoping to get this done. And, I think you mentioned something about it being like the gateway to Lorain County when you're driving through.
Absolutely. And, Lorain County years ago, especially Lorain itself, city was booming, steel mill, things of that nature. The Port Authority down there, I mean, they have Rocking on the River. So there's events and stuff that there's spots out there that can be really utilized. And I think with what you guys are doing, I think that might kick some gears over there to do more things over there in Lorain itself.
Absolutely. I love the history of Lorain. I was in the baseball stadium and we're kind of like going through the history of things, and I get into like a Wikipedia hole where I'm just like searching.
Right.
It turns out like George Steinbrenner made his money on the docks of Lorain.
Wow.
Yeah. So he grew up in Rocky River, but he ran American Shipbuilding Company out of Lorain, built the lake going vessels that are actually called Leviathans. Funny kind of coincidence.
Yeah, right.
But George wouldn't have been the George we all know from Seinfeld if it wasn't for the city of Lorain. So there's a lot of things that can be done there historically, and a lot of revival that can happen as well.
How did you get involved in this? Are you a former soccer player? What's your connection into soccer?
I took out in 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was like all county in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And kind of flamed out from there.
I was all classroom 302 in 4th grade. So
I thought I was Eric Metcalf in backyard football.
Yeah.
That was me. I'm
You know
21.
what?
I'm not in a single athletic bone in the spot.
We all have our high point.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see out of the three of us, 8th grade it used to be the
Yeah.
So
I tried out for football my senior year. I made the team, and then one regret I do have is that I quit the team, and I played running back position.
I did letter in wrestling in 8th grade, but in football, I played 1 year in 7th grade. And Rob Snyder, he works at, I'm trying to even think of what bar he works at now. It's in South Dakota, Lyndhurst. If you're out there, you're listening by chance, he came up to me. I was a wide receiver. And, in 7th grade, you don't really play whether you're good or not. You just rotate.
Yeah.
And I was awful. I had no business being on a football field. And every time it was my time to go and play, I would just rotate back to the back. And so he came in and yelled at me. He said, "Do you even really want to play?" And I thanks, Rob. Right.
Yeah, I went in as a joke real quick. I went in as a joke with a buddy. He says, "Hey, man, we always play backyard football. Even some guys on the team, this is Burnside Cardinal Sheffield." And they said, I tried out for the team.
Yeah.
I made a team. My buddy ended up having grade problems, so they kicked him out. And I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out of here. And I said it was a regret because that year, my senior year, 3 of our starting seniors went down.
Yeah.
And they were starting a sophomore. And that happened really soon in the season. And I remember running back to the coach going, "Coach, let me come back." He goes, "You missed too much. I can't do that. It's not fair to nobody else."
So topped out in 8th grade there, but I always loved the game, and was excited to be a part of the ownership group that brought this team here. But I only had one request, and the request was that no matter what the team name is, that it start with Lorain County. So I didn't want it to be North Coast or a Western Reserve Soccer Club. I wanted it to be Lorain County. 313,000 residents there, 9th largest county in the state. Nothing to truly call their own that they don't have to share with anyone. Because you're excluding people. But the 313,000 residents, back me up, over 700 season tickets sold already. Probably 2,000-3,000 a game, and a lot of pride that's coming, back to the community, through the soccer team. We're selling merch to Maine and California and Texas. So, Lorain County is showing up on the map through this soccer team, and I think that's what our responsibility is. Whether it's soccer, baseball, or football, or the Cavs, is to do something for the community, whether it's pride or economic development, or getting a kid to his first soccer game, he falls in love with it, and he ends up playing pro one day. Or I even talk about a husband and a wife that were in a fight over their mother-in-law. They go to the game, they have a good time, they have a beer or six,
Wash it.
wash it away, right? So they just like enjoy each other for an evening. So there's tons of things that come along the way that aren't just about the profit and loss. I'm sure my other owners want me to make sure it's profitable, but there's a lot of goodwill that we can do for the community as well. And we're excited to partner with the Crushers and you guys to just bring sports to everyone.
Yeah, I'm really happy and thrilled to see that, especially for Lorain County. I moved out in Lorain County 14, 15 years old, originally born and raised in Cleveland. And I'm just really glad to see a Lorain County Leviathan. I even like how it sounds because, like you said, you didn't want it to be nothing else. It had to have Lorain in there.
Right.
And you got Lorain County Leviathans. It just goes being
It just works.
I like it.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, and it's one of those. We had a fan vote for the name. We had a fan vote for the jersey. Honestly wouldn't have been my first choice, but now it's like it's like my baby. I love it. I can't think of anything but
It's very ominous.
Yes, it is.
It's ominous.
Yeah. And it's kind of our take on the Lake Erie monster. Our backstory. What is the Lake Erie monster? Is he real? Is he fake? Well, our version, our interpretation of events is a sailor by the name of Jack Nolan who went out in a storm one day to rescue some folks, got swallowed up by Lake Erie in the storm of 1913, resurfaced behind the Lorain County Lighthouse and is there to protect us, the citizens of Lorain County, from any events that are happening. So tales have been heard over the years of a dark, ominous, shadow rescuing sailors or pushing a ship back to shore. This is what I hear.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go a little Trump here. That's what they tell me.
That's what they say. Right.
Yeah. So we're very proud of the Leviathan and very proud of the county.
Excellent, man. Andrew, it was really nice talking with you, and I want everybody to know one more time. I want you to let them know when season starts, where you guys are at. For anybody that might have just joined in, we're going to reiterate real quick where they can get these games. How many games are in the season? One more time. Let's get
Sure. Lorain County Leviathan, LorainCountyLeviathanFC.com. Facebook, Lorain County Leviathan, Instagram, Lorain County Leviathan. Season runs May through July, 6 home games. Season tickets are $60. That's $10 a game. 18.24, which is the founding of Lorain County, is the walk-up ticket price. So if you want a single game, so should be accessible to most folks in the community price-wise. If you're looking at going to the World Cup, I tell everybody you have two options: 10 years worth of season tickets with us, or 1 year season tickets and redo your backyard, or one 90-minute World Cup game. Your choice.
Right.
So what do you mean by do our backyard?
Yeah, so if you look at the tickets online for World Cup games, some of them run in the $5,000 range. So you get a ticket for $60.
Yeah.
And then redo your patio.
Oh, I thought you meant you'll do our
No.
backyard. I was like, man, I have 4 acres.
No, so, right. Now, with the other $4,940 you have got for after our ticket, you can get a fire pit,
Yeah.
patio.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's if you're going to do my patio for 4.5 acres for 4,995.
we might have to work out a trade deal, like nonstop,
Yeah.
like 24/7. We'll get there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
And I'm glad we could all help each other out. That's what we do
Oh,
around
absolutely.
here.
And,
Really quick before we go,
Yeah.
because I want them to see the Leviathan. Yeah, I'm going to grab a shirt. We
Okay,
can take
yeah,
that. Is that
yeah,
okay?
let's
All right,
grab
let me
some
see.
merch.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. So that's our badge, our ominous Lorain County Leviathan, and then the Lorain County Lighthouse in the foreground there, beaming for all to see.
And I don't think he's helping anybody, that guy. He's there to take out the competition.
He's not helping you if you're from Cuyahoga County.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
And if you're from Cuyahoga County born,
Yeah.
Cuyahoga County raised, living in Summit now,
I don't think you're safe.
no. We don't like Elyria, where I'm from. You know what I mean?
We're safe.
Yeah.
You should watch out.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm an East Sider, bro. We're
Yeah.
taking everybody over here.
Nothing I can do
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I apologize. But we'll be fine.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We're going
Thank
to take a small break. We'll be back, everybody. Gary, any last words for now? Good to go.
Love your show. First time caller,
Long time listener.
long time listener.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make sure you guys come out, check us out. We are down at Independence High School. I keep messing this up with where we at. We are at the Great Lakes Collectors Convention, powered by Green Sports Cards.
Yes.
Come check us out. We're right next to the Lake County Leviathan, and
Hope Solo will be here at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Soccer fans, Hope Solo is on
Hope
their
Solo
way.
will be here.
So get down here, get your Hope Solo signed shirt,
All right.
But don't come down solo.
and don't come
Great
down.
people.
All right, guys. We'll see you back in a
We
little bit.
appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Sweet. I appreciate it.